Welcome everyone to another episode of the Wood from the Trees podcast. I really hope you enjoy this episode. And if you like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, go to patreon.com/the Wood from the Trees. Hope you enjoy the episode. Love you loads. Is that 8 minutes?
Is what, 8 minutes?
No.
No. 8 hours.
Is it 8 hours?
Yeah.
Play it to me.
What's 8 hours?
So we came in here a few times because we're learning at this. And do you see the bottom numbers there?
Aye, on the red.
That's 8 hours, 33 minutes of recording that we have. Obviously, you're not going to be here for 8 hours, 33 minutes. But we thought one night that we had 23 hours. And it was actually 23 minutes and we're halfway through a podcast and we had no time. So we had to pull the plug and start again. Oh, we learned something there.
Is there a disaster? Well, here, hopefully you hit record.
No, we're learning. Sammy, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
A long drive for you.
No, it wasn't too bad.
I've always in my head thought you were up the north.
Well, we're on the border.
Where exactly?
Newry, just outside Newry.
And are you from a farming background?
No. Well, horses, but no, not like, I'm kind of nearly like a glorified townie.
Coke and crisps. Raised on Coke and crisps.
Yeah.
And how does a glorified townie get into horses?
No, well, like we were in the countryside. It's a wee village called O'Meath, just in...
No way!
Do you know it?
We were working there for ages.
What? Doing what? Oh, in the forest on the Flagstaff.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah. And everyone kept saying to us, we'd go down to O'Meath and we'd be staying in this lovely hotel and we'd go in, he's working up there. And I said, yeah, did you find any dead bodies? No. Well, they've been searching for him. And I was there, really? And every so often I'd be driving up the wood and you'd see these X'd off marks and they were where the police were doing digs. And
Yeah. I'd say there's a few bodies in there now.
That's
so
crazy.
Here, were you staying in the Grand View?
Yeah.
That's where I worked by.
Really?
Yeah, I worked there for many, many years. Yeah.
God.
From when I was about 16 until I was about 20, about 10 years.
Where's the pub before you turn down towards there? There's a pub right up here on
the crossroads.
Yes.
House Bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Loads of people kept telling me and Greg, you have to go up to House Bar. You have to go up to House Bar. So the last Thursday that we were there, we rocked up to this bar. I walked in and there was an old lad and he was fucking horsing at the fucking bar. And I just walked up and I said, because down here, if you ask for a pint bottle, it's a Bulmers. So I says, can I have a pint bottle, please? Pint bottle of what? And I was there, Bulmers. Well, you should have said that. And then him and the young lad started having this little bit of an argument and it was strange now.
I bet you I know. Do you know his name? Do you know what he looked like? I bet you it was Paddy. Paddy's big ignoramus.
Oh my God.
He was thinking, is it a pint bottle of Guinness?
Yeah.
Or Smithwick's sometimes, McCardle's
But down here it's just a pint bottle. A pint bottle is Bulmers, that's it.
All right, okay.
So you're from O'Meath?
I'm there, born and reared by.
It was a lovely place.
Yeah.
And we went into Centra for our food and stuff during the day.
Yeah,
and what was a really nice girl, Emer something.
McCann.
That's it.
Yeah. I would have grown up with the McCanns, would have lived in their house practically, yeah. Her younger sister Siobhan and me would have been best
God,
buddies.
that's mad. And they were trying to get to grips with this automated paying for fuel thing. So none of the people in O'Meath could use this system. And the people were trying to serve everyone and they were there, this fucking system, I can't fucking do this. This is so stressful. Do the people that own that, are they Indian?
So I'm out of O'Meath now about 10 years. There's Indians there now.
There must be.
They've moved in. I think the Indians, the Indians, does that sound...
No, it's not racist. Not at all.
The Indians.
Yeah, it's Indians.
I think they've now leased the Grand View as well. And yeah, I must ask my brother now. He'd be more in touch with what's going on O'Meath.
Big into the pool. In the Grand View.
Yeah.
We used to get up in the morning, the ship would be coming in. Ships would be coming in, they'd be turning around, and when we were working on the Flagstaff we could see them coming in. It was a beautiful place to work.
Like my home house is right there on that sea, like that's where
Really?
I grew up. I used to know the ships coming in and out, and here's this ship coming in now, he'll be coming in about 2 o'clock and he'll be parking up there, and what day is it, Wednesday, I used to
That's
know
cool.
the whole routine. Just sit there as a wee girl staring out the window with the ships. I don't know why I was obsessed with ships, but you'd be surprised the amount of people who are obsessed with the ships who'll just drive down.
I thought it was lovely.
Just stare at the ships coming
We
in
never
and out.
see them down
Yeah.
Leash. Where would we see a fucking ship?
There's no water here.
No. But anyway, it was a grand spa, and you're from there, but you're not a farmer.
No.
So horses.
Horses, yeah.
Did you come from a big family?
I have 3 brothers.
You're the only girl.
I'm the only girl.
Youngest.
Well, no, I've one brother younger, but we'd be all very close. Like we're all like in steps, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year.
Oh.
So we were all kind of
Fight like tigers.
hate
Hate each other.
Yeah, you do until you reach, like, as the only sister, until you reach the age where men start looking at you or boys start looking at you, and then all of a sudden your brothers are your best friends, and they're like, don't you fucking look at her.
Yeah. I don't like the cut of that lad.
Hold on, a minute ago you were thumping the head of me down the house, and now somebody can't look at me like.
Did you like school?
Did I? So I used to go to the wee primary school in Omeath, and then I'd say when I was about 9, 10, I was put into school in Uri. So I loved school when I was in Omeath in primary school. Wee country school there, looking out at the ships coming in and out. It's right down on the sea. And then just moved to this
Big.
Yeah, big school in the middle of Uri, and it's all like it's just tarmac and fences, and it was just like something, just everything about it was just so different, and that was really hard. Like, so that was just P6 and P7. I was only there for 2 years, but it was that.
It's like prison.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, what? But the fence, I was so used to Omeath. We've our wee forest, and you had the football pitch, and you can go up into the trees, and next thing you're just in this tarmac thing with a fence on it. Yeah. With a million other kids. There was 7 in my class, and mine was the biggest class in my wee school in Omeath. So it was a real culture shock as well. You're hanging out with all these wee townies, and it's an all girls school, and so that was hard.
And secondary?
Yeah, so then secondary school, I went again to school in Uri. Didn't pass me 11 plus.
What's 11 plus?
Oh, it's a horrible. I mean, I like curse here.
Oh Jesus, you can say whatever you like.
It's a horrible exam, and I hope it's abolished now. I don't know. It was in the UK and Northern Ireland where you had to sit when you were leaving primary school
to see where they place you.
But it was rough. It was hard going. Like really intense. Like cruel.
In what way?
You're just worked to the bone. Like there's no enjoying yourself, and you're like 9 and 10, or maybe you were 10, 11, and for the whole summer between P6 and P7, you got sent home with all like a big stack of like exams, and you had to come in September with them all done. It was nearly like 1 a day, and they were brutal. And then you sit this exam and you get your A, B, C, or D, and then all the D's go to one school and the A's go to one school. And so
How did you do?
I got a B. I was always a B student.
That's great.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to get into the grammar school.
What does grammar school mean?
Oh, where all the brainy ones go. So all my brothers got into the grammar school. They all got A's and got into the grammar school, and numpty Sammy.
But where are they now? Where are they now, Sammy?
Exactly, that's the thing. You're only 10, like. So I went to secondary school then in Uri, and the one thing that always bothered me was, because we lived in the south, you weren't meant to go to school in the north, but it was the closest, it was 10 minutes from my house.
So were you like there's the Catholic now?
No, I had to keep it a secret.
Really though?
Not Catholic, like we were all Catholic. It's in Uri, it's like 95 or whatever % Catholic, but you weren't meant to be from the south going to school
in the
north. So we had to, my dad owned properties and stuff in Uri, so my address was this whatever one of dad's houses, and I had to pretend I lived that, which was, I hated that. So it just straight away blocks off a lot of conversation with your friends, because they're saying,
and you're young and you're trying to hide stuff.
Yeah. It was horrible. Now, I think by the time I got to 4th, 5th year, I was like, fuck that. Like.
So did you make many friends in school then?
Yeah, no, I'd always I always fitted in well, and always had a nice wee bunch of mates.
And what were your hobbies?
Horses, boy.
Yeah, how do you get into horses?
So my ma, she was a horsey woman. She's from Cork, so grew up in Cork and had her wee horse. She was in a farm in Cork and had her horses and ponies there, and then just horsey mad, and then she passed it on to me.
That's an expensive game.
It is, but you know, it's the only hobby that you can actually make money at if you're doing it right. You can't sell your used football boots after 2 or 3 years of running around the pitch, can you?
No, you can't.
But you can sell your horse now, David.
And do you still do the horsing?
No, well, I was right up until like 2 years ago. I got too busy with Lucky Day and had to.
Did you ever get a fall?
Oh yeah.
Bad.
I've been very lucky that's the only finger there. I've broke my wee finger.
From the horse?
From the horse, and I actually didn't fall. The horse stopped at a jump and my finger just got pulled back, like right back like that, and that's actually broke into 5 different pieces.
Fuck off.
Doesn't really move, and it gets in the way, you know, when you're driving and you're going like that on the steering wheel and gets caught and stuff, and then the cold weather turns blue. And
did you cry? Were you small?
No. It was in between. It was actually in my 30s. That was only a couple of years ago. Yeah.
And did you go after that? Fuck this shite now.
No, Jesus, no. As you say, with money, it's a strange one. As a kid, when I used to ride horses, we didn't have enough money sort of to invest in it. So when you don't have the money and you don't have the resources,
can't compete.
There's only so much you can do, you know, but you can still do a good job. There's only so much you can do. And then, like, I didn't ride horses for a long time. I think there's about a gap of 12 years. And then when I got back into them when I was older, like, no, I wouldn't have said I could put any more work in. If anything, I did the opposite. I'd get very tunnel vision and I just give 110%, you know, to everything.
And did you do drama and stuff when you were young?
I did, yeah. I went to the Gaiety School of Acting. Well, yeah, like that wasn't really when I was young, but yeah.
What, when you were older?
Yeah, well, for college, like.
What did you do in college?
I went to the Gaiety School of Acting.
How did you get into that? You're doing your, what do you call them? GCSEs?
Yeah, I did. I did performing arts for A levels, like AS levels or something they call it in the north, and then our teacher, who was actually only, when you think of it now, she's only 26, she's only 10 years older than us at the time. She always used to talk about the Gaiety School, and it was well renowned with where Colin Farrell would have went and a few other the big cheeses. So this young one with all ideas got at my head, sure, I'll go there. And she was like, well, you know, you have to go and audition, like, but I'll help you with your audition piece. So I just went up and auditioned and got in. Really? And that was it, yeah.
And did you have to do loads of plays? Or what way do you study for that kind of thing?
You're just there in drama school. You're stripped right back, and you're doing just constant, like from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, 5 days a week, doing all sorts of, like, you're doing your breath work and you could be doing stage combat, you could be doing actual acting, you could be doing Shakespeare classes, you could be doing dance classes.
And is it mostly practical work, or are you learning about loads of old actors and Shakespeare?
Yeah, it's like sort of probably 80% practical, and then you do have your odd wee class where you're actually learning about the history of drama and Shakespeare and all the old playwrights. And
when you're in college doing drama and stuff, like, how do you know, what can I learn here? I have to just do it and try and get parts. Like, do you ever think, I want to be a famous actor now? Like, do you go looking, there's an audition for this part, or there's an audition for this play, will I go to that? Are you just going to auditions, or are you just, I'm going to do this course first and finish it?
Well, when you're in drama school, you're not allowed to go and do auditions or get parts or anything like that, and that has sort of happened in the past where, you know, someone has gone and auditioned for something on the sly and left and gone, and but there was the rule that you can't go and you can't go and start working while you're.
Did you do any auditions? Tell the truth now.
Did I?
Fair City.
No.
You never done a part? Never.
I did audition for Fair City once. Later on.
What was the part?
Part of a female. I don't know. I actually don't know. It was a new family that was moving into, what do you call the wee town? Garrickstown. Garrickstown, yeah. And they had 3 girls or whatever, and anyway, I didn't get the part.
Have you done many auditions?
Loads.
When you're doing an audition, do you know the part inside out before you go for it, or do you just get a rough idea and they give you a piece and you have to learn it? They give you a little context and then you go.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be a play that you've done before. It could be a play you know inside out. It could be the part in a movie that nobody knows anything about, but you get your sides. It's just your wee script, and you might get some sort of a character breakdown. It's just, it could be anything.
And what one did you get?
I got a heap of them. What do you mean one?
I want one that I can look up.
I'm not telling you.
Go on.
No.
Have you had any big parts
Yeah.
in movies or programs?
No, me in movies didn't go too well. Yeah, in play I've done quite a bit of theatre. Like I've been all over like Ireland and most of the theatres around Ireland, I suppose. I did a really nice one by Martin McDonagh called The Lonesome West. It's set in a wee, what do you call that wee village out by, you pass Westport. Oh my God, I can't remember it. Anyway, it's set out there in the middle of nowhere, and it's a very, very nice play. It's comedy, but tragic comedy, typical Martin McDonagh like. So I played a nice part in that, and there was another play that was actually set in Newry, of all places, that came up, and it was called Bump Girl. And yeah, I got that part, and it was actually nominated for an Irish Theatre Award for that.
Is performing live awesome?
Yeah, it is class. It's just.
And how many nights would you be doing of one play?
Yeah, six nights a week, and then you've your
6 nights a week.
Matinee show as well. Yeah, and you'd be travelling. Like you might be down in Cork for a couple of days, and then you'd be in Waterford for a couple of days, and then Galway, and then.
Are you nervous every show?
No, I didn't really.
Just the first one, is it?
Yeah, maybe just the first couple or first one. I'm trying to remember. It's been that long since I've been on the stage, but.
Do you miss it?
I miss the creativeness. I don't miss the lifestyle. So it wasn't a nice lifestyle. So once you get the show out and on the road, you're working from like whatever it is, 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock every night doing a show. So the whole day you're like trying to reserve your energy, and then you'll do the show that night. You come off the stage maybe 10 o'clock, and you're on a high. Then you might have a couple of drinks to kind of bring yourself down. And then you're maybe sitting up talking shite to everyone else till 1 a.m. Then you're lying on till maybe 10 or 11 the next day, and you're trying to reserve your energy, so you end up not really doing a whole pile. So I found it quite depressing, really, you know.
Is it pay well?
Yeah, like it pays all right if you get a good part with a good decent theatre company, and then if you get onto the movies and all that, like it pays good, yeah.
And are you always thinking, I'd rather be in... Like, what is the end game? If you're acting, do you want to be on stage, or do you want to be in programs or movies?
I think you just want to make money. I suppose it depends. It's hard. It's nice to get something consistent. Like because it's hard. You go through long phases not working, and you're like working in a bar or working as a lifeguard or whatever. So I think consistency is nice. So
what made you go, fuck this, try something else?
Just couldn't take it anymore. You just get so many knockbacks. You see the recession came round then. When was recession? Like 2008?
2008.
Yeah, so I think around... So I would have just come out of drama school 2008 when recession was starting, but there was still obviously a bit of money about. So I had a nice run for 2 or 3 years, and then work started to get less and less. And then I think a wee bit with that job I did, that Pump Girl, I got quite well known, but for that specific part. And then when people see you come and do an audition, they're like, "Oh, Pump Girl," and then they're like, "Yeah, but."
So you were like typecast.
Yeah, and there was a couple of different things, and then there's just only so many knockbacks you can take, I think, and you just eventually go here.
It seems like a very it's a hard game on the ego, I think.
Yeah, and like, what age was I? I was only a child. Like when I got out of drama school, I was 20. You know, so you can round 20, 21, 22. You haven't a clue.
Yeah.
And you can into these like you've. Big auditions. It's kind of like this here, and there could be 6 people behind a desk.
Are they dicks?
Some of them, like, yeah.
Most gatekeepers in any industry are dicks.
Gatekeepers?
You know, the people that control who gets parts and who gets jobs. And
like the casting director? Yeah.
You know, in every job.
Yeah.
You know, in every industry, you know, it's because they have such a pick.
Yeah, and there'd be favouritism and politics and the old casting couch.
Yeah. Don't tell me that happens. Does that happen?
I'm sure it does. Like,
it never happened to you, though.
No, like, don't think so. No, like, no, it didn't.
Thank God. What? You hear this? The place is mad now.
Like I've heard, like, you know, it's people close to me and stuff.
Have you ever been to a Diddy party?
No.
Never.
What's a Diddy party?
You've never heard about P. Diddy?
Oh, P. Diddy. Yeah. No. I was awful quiet. I wouldn't have been.
Fucking creeps, aren't they?
Yeah. Is that was he at it with Justin Bieber, or is that?
He was at it with everyone.
Was he actually himself doing it too?
Yeah.
He was doing it, or
He
he was
was-
setting it up.
No, he was doing it
Is that
to
true?
his favourites.
Is that true now?
If it's a lie, it's not a lie of mine.
Right. Okay.
But he was seemingly with Usher, Justin Bieber, Meek. Do you know the rapper Meek?
No.
There's actually videos of him congratulating Meek for being so brave. 1,000 bottles of baby oil
Oh,
in his house.
are you serious? Is that
Yeah.
true?
What he was doing was he was so he'd bring people into his house to audition their kids and stuff,
Right.
and he'd say, "Look, I can make them a star, but they have to, do your thing."
Sleep with me.
Or people, or he used to bring people into parties like Epstein, and he'd have prostitutes and all these people around, but he'd video them and he'd have evidence of them doing stuff. So he just kept getting more and more power because he had so much
What's
blackmail.
wrong with these people? Like, can they not?
I don't know. I think if you have ultimate money and ultimate power, you always want more, and I
What,
think
a
it's
young
control. Yeah, so people are weird
And then where does Jennifer Lopez come in? Because, Jesus, I love
because
Jennifer
she used
Lopez.
to go out with him.
Yeah,
She would have been part of all that.
She was the sexiest woman in the world. Was he not happy with her? No.
But sure, these people they can get anyone they want.
Was she in on it, do you think? Or what?
They think Beyonce, her, like he's after getting done for trafficking and racketeering. So like he's the head of a sex trafficking ring.
What?
Like it's crazy. He's getting all the years. Like, he's going forever.
Is he? Yeah.
And they're going naming more people that are involved in it, and they think Jay-Z, Beyonce.
So I saw Oprah up
And
on
if you like
something.
it, then you put a big ring on it.
But surely a woman wouldn't.
You know, if you're there and you're watching these things happen, like if these people are hanging with each other, like if you're hanging with your best friend, and your best friend, like Big Dog, who I thought was coming, who's not, who's actually a dog, and Big Dog is trafficking women from all over the country.
I'd like to think.
You'd like to think that you would say, "Hey, Big Dog,
It's maybe
I don't
not."
know if this is going to work out. I really think that you should stop this sex trafficking. You know, there's a video of you baiting shy of your girlfriend. How about we not hang anymore?"
Put the young fella down
Yeah,
and walk away.
we digressed, right, into
Yeah.
fucking
P. Diddy territory.
P. Diddy and stuff.
Dodgy territory.
But all the memes are so funny going around. There's loads of memes going around.
I must get
all
on
the-
that and have a look. Yeah. That's it.
Do you follow social media? Like, have you been, before you started doing social media, were you a social media person?
No, not at all. Not at all. I would just post videos of the horses. That'd be it. Like, I would never be on screen or anything.
Do you know what I'm finding out? Most people that end up getting fairly large in social media never actually done it before they
Oh,
start.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's mad, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you left that, what job did you go do? When you started, right, I'm not going to do acting and stuff.
I was working in the Grand View, serving pints to the like of you, all the forest men.
I wasn't
You know,
drinking. I was a professional, as always.
I was on and off doing bar work and stuff, and then 2013 it was the end of 2012. I says fuck this, I'm gone, and just I went to India for a month, and then on over to Australia.
Fucking India.
Fucking India, boy.
What did you go to find yourself?
I want to find myself.
Did you go do any drugs?
No, do you know? I haven't. Not yet. No.
Yogis?
No. Yeah, so I did a lot of yoga. I was a yoga teacher then for a while, so I did a lot of yoga as a student in Ireland. Like at that time, because I worked as a lifeguard as well, and then sure you're allowed free into all the classes. Sure, I was stuck in the middle of every class, and I loved this yoga thing, whatever it was, and so I did it for about 3 years, and in 2013 then I was like, right, I'm going to go to Australia, and then I was like, oh sure, I could stop off in India on the way over and do a month-long course, and I'm a qualified yoga instructor, so that's what I did, and went on over to, it was in 2 months, I was 2 months, in India. It was a month doing the course and a month travelling around.
Did you go on your own?
I went my own, but I met a friend over there.
Was that a great experience or a bad experience?
Oh, it was class. Yeah, it was brilliant. Like life changing. It's just like mind blowing. India is just
What blew your mind the most?
Mental. How many people there are, no matter where you look. Like you see, you were sitting in here, they'd be down there, they'd be up there, they'd be over there, they're just everywhere, and they're lovely, and they're so intriguing, and they're so
Happy with so little.
yeah, and they're just interested in everything that you do. Like you see, if you stop for a minute and do anything, they'll stop and just look at you.
Really?
Yeah, just like, all right, yeah, they're just class. Yeah, yeah. Now I did get robbed on a train when I was asleep. That was probably the only part of it that
What did they take?
everything. I was actually sleeping. I had my big rucksack, but I had my wee bag with all my important stuff, passport, my wee computer, camera, phone, all that in a wee bag underneath my pillow. So they took that out from under me when I was asleep.
Bastards.
I'm fuckers, but I got it back.
How?
Yeah, because
There's millions of them.
There's millions of them. Yeah, we got to the train station and just I went into wherever and reported it missing. They were like, yeah, whatever. And myself and my friend went to our wee hostel. And when we got to our hostel, they were like, you, Samantha. I don't know what accent I'm doing there. Yes, your bag at train station. Like, what? Your bag at train station, go now. So I just ran out and got into a rickshaw and went back. I had a wee book, and now this is the thing with mobile phones, if they had been around in those days, a wee book, and in each of the towns I had where we were gonna maybe stay. So whoever came across,
Seen where you said you were going to stay.
yeah, they were like, say I forget what town we were, but say it was like Portlaoise. Portlaoise, she's staying in the Grand View. All right, I'll ring them, and then went back, and now like my wee laptop was gone and all, but my passport was there and the important
Cool.
stuff was there. Yeah.
God was looking down on you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Did you pray to St. Anthony for it?
No, I hadn't time.
I hadn't time.
If I could
St.
have,
Anthony won't be happy about that.
well, maybe the Hindu version of it. Ganesh. Ganesh is looking
yeah.
down at me.
Did you have any mystical experiences out there?
No. What do you mean?
You know, like when you went out to explore yoga, is yoga not a lot about breath and...
Yeah, it is, but no, like my friend, she'd talk to now till tomorrow about all her mystical experiences, and she's this colour coming out of here and this man's hand moved there and stuff, like, but it was just really, I don't know, she's maybe more open to that than I. No, I'm open to it, but just I wouldn't really be as mystical as she is. But it was just amazing. Like, you go to a town called Varanasi, and they carry their dead around on these like fucking beds that they carry, like, and celebrate around the house. There's about 20 dead bodies going around on people's shoulders, and they're like parading them around the town, and then they burn them at the side of the river and send them off into the Ganga, and things like that. Like, you know, that you're just going, fuck.
Do they think the river is their mother god? Is it?
Yeah, it's like you could Jesus, we're in Rishikesh, and it's the colour of that table, the water, and they're down, they're in the middle of it, they're drinking it, they're taking bottles of it home.
Did you get sick out there?
Oh, here.
It has to be bad.
Oh, it's bad, but here, I'll tell you one story, right?
Cool.
So we were staying in, I'm trying to think of the name of the, you know where the, oh my God, the big white palace.
Yep, I know the place, I can't think of it now.
Oh my God. It's one of the wonders of the world.
No. Jesus Christ. He built the Taj Mahal. He built it for his fucking wife.
Yeah. So we're staying in a wee, like, shitty hotel-y kind of thing, right, but it was looking right onto the Taj Mahal. And we were there, we were going to be like going the next morning. So we're there sitting in our hotel room. We arrived into the hotel room, and now, like, the places we were staying were rotten. Like, I wouldn't put Finn in them.
What are we talking? Like, just a room and a bed?
A room, a bed, and a wee bathroom maybe off the side. Like, yeah, now you would have a proper bathroom with a flushing toilet or a hole in the floor that flushes or something like that, you know, but they'd be rotten. Like.
Yeah.
So this one that we did go into, we were like, we've stayed in bad places, but this is bad. I went into the bathroom, it's like, oh my God, it was rotten. So my friend Ruth marched down to reception, and she was like, lads, that's cat, like, you wouldn't put a dog in there. Oh yeah, sorry, right. And I'll always remember they got this big towel, it's like a big fluffy bath towel, burgundy coloured one, right? And they're in and they're cleaning and they're down on the floor and they're wiping it with the burgundies. And then Ruth's like, in there, lads, look at the state of it. And they're in and wiping around the toilet and right, everything, right? And then we're like, right, that'll do, or
So
whatever.
all they did was clean it.
And so that was them cleaning it, yeah. So then the next day, me and her got sick, like violently sick, out both ends, out their ears. And by the time we sort of had recovered, we were sitting in their wee cafe that evening, or maybe it was the next evening, whenever we'd recovered, and I don't know if we were eating or what we were doing. We were sitting talking, and the kitchen was there, and the boys were coming in and out of the kitchen and stuff. And then I just looked over into the kitchen, and as the door opened, I can see your man in drying the plates. And what was he drying the plates?
Don't say the towel.
The big fucking burgundy towel.
Oh my God.
And it was without doubt the same towel that was just been rubbed around our toilet bowl the previous day. Like, and I just went, here, we're wondering why we got sick. Look in there. There he was.
Christ.
Yeah.
I there's nothing worse than being sick on holidays.
Oh,
or when you're not near home.
Yeah. Well, it's grand if you're with someone you're comfortable with or you're on your own. But if you're with, like, say, other people who, you don't know that well, or, that you don't feel comfortable skittering all over the place in front of them.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Fucking rank, yeah.
I don't think I'd like to go to any of them places.
No.
I'm very bad like that.
I'm glad I done it now when I was younger. What I like.
What do you do now?
It's hardy going. Like, I would do it, and then I'd get over there and be like, for fuck's sake, I'm too old for this. But I probably would. I've been to India 4 times now, I think 3 or 4 times.
Oh, you do like it, so?
Yeah, it's just something about it.
Have you went there and stayed in luxury though?
Yes, I went a nice wee mix. Went back to Mumbai then.
Mumbai.
Great place, great spot, and stayed in a lovely hotel there for a couple of nights. And when you do it right over there, my God, like,
it's lovely.
But it's nearly cruel. It's too
nice.
Yeah, and you've these wee fellas running around after you, and you're like, they're probably getting paid 3p an hour, like,
I know, but look, it's better than getting nothing.
It's better than skittering all over
the
floor.
That's probably a lot of money for them. I do watch them videos, street food. They'd be mixing it with their feet and they'd be cutting it, and I'd be there, I'm getting sick looking at them even.
They're just, hygiene's just, they don't, it's not really a thing with them. Like, it's just.
And when you came home, what did you do?
Home from
India, after finding yourself. So you found yourself, you came home.
Then I went straight from India over to Australia.
How long did you stay there?
I was there a year in total. Like, I meant to stay for 2 years, but I was there a year in total. I got a job as a yoga teacher, funny enough.
Why not?
Like, within an hour of landing, it was like a friend of a friend collected me from the airport. It was in Darwin, way up the north, and he's like, well, what are you planning on doing here, whatever. I says, well, I've just qualified as a yoga teacher. He says, I'll take you down to my fucking actually, he took me straight to the gym before even we went to where I was staying, and he went, here, Mickey, or whatever, here, this one's only off the plane, she's a yoga teacher. And Mickey's like, are you? We're looking for a yoga teacher. And I have me still with the backpack on. He said, when can you start? I was like, whenever, like. And he's like, come down in the morning and Olivia, whatever, will be here, and you can do 10 minutes of a lesson with her and, see how you go. Did that. Perfect. The next morning, job straight away. Like, this is Australia for you, like. And me coming out of 2012 Ireland, where it was just like dire straits at the time, and then so I was teaching yoga part-time, and I got a job then on a sucker truck as well. So I was like,
what's that?
Sucker truck by day, yoga teacher by night. Sucker truck is like, it's a big truck, and you have to reveal cables. So say there's a building going in, or there's some sort of construction work going in, you have to show where the electricity lines is, where the water lines is, and anything else. So the sucker truck's like a high powered hose, like it's a big power hose, but like multiply it by whatever, really powerful. So you blast it into the ground, and I was there with my wee hose, with big hose about that size.
You were working it?
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Oh Jesus, no well than right to
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yoga by day.
yeah, like total opposites. So yeah, you come home head to toe muck, like.
I bet you liked it though.
Stinking.
I bet you loved doing that.
I did love it, and I actually really grew to love it. And the guy that I was working with, the guy was like an older Australian guy, very quiet, shy, awkward sort of a man. But sure, I brought him out of his shell, and we ended up like we were just the weirdest wee couple, like arriving on site. Like,
Do you talk to him now?
He'll every birthday he'll send me a wee message on Facebook. Happy
nice.
birthday, Sam, from Dazzler. His name was Darren, and I nicknamed him Dazzler. But sure, he loved that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So.
And why'd you leave?
So where did I go? So my brother, he was in Thailand with his now wife. She's Thai, and she was pregnant.
Oh, that's good.
Is she what? Were you going to say? Is she 12?
No, I was going to say, is she a ladyboy? But now that she's pregnant, I know she's not.
No, she's not. And she's not 12. She's actually older than him. He's the only man to go over to Thailand and marry a woman older than him. And like not by a year. I think she's like 4 years older than him, but she looks younger than him. So she was pregnant, and he was in fly in, fly out, working in Australia as well. So he said, will you go up and stay with Renu for a while? So I think I went up to, and I actually taught yoga there and stayed there for about 3 months. And then I was in touch with a fella from back home, and he came over, and then we fecked off and went travelling around Cambodia and Vietnam and all that. And then I just went home with him, and I was like, I had all plans to go back to Australia because I would have got my second year visa. But I didn't then. I just stayed at home.
And what did you do then?
Then, what did I do then? I started teaching yoga at home. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell did I? It seems so long ago. Started my own wee thing, teaching yoga at home, travelling around football clubs and Jiu-Jitsu clubs and all that kind of thing, just teaching yoga.
Can you do Jiu-Jitsu?
I started doing it then. Yeah, I liked it, but I don't know, just
It's
never.
the art of folding clothes while people are still in them.
What?
Isn't that what they call it? Jiu-Jitsu is the art of folding clothes while the person is still in them.
Right, okay. I've never heard of it called that. No, but they're flexible guys.
Fucking are.
Like you'd be in teaching the footballers on a Wednesday night, and sure, they can't hardly touch their knees, never mind their toes. And then you're in teaching the jiu-jitsu boys, and they have their legs around their heads. Like,
You're the second person after telling me the GA lads are the least flexible men.
oh my god, unbelievably tight, like.
And then they're wondering why they're pulling hamstrings and.
Yeah, their hamstring. The lads. I was like, yes, our hamstrings now. Come
Why
on.
is that?
Probably just all the running, and I don't know, it's just running, and probably a wee bit like a bodybuilder. Would it be? No, because I've taught bodybuilders in that as well, and they would do their stretches. Maybe the GA guys just don't do their stretches. Like, I suppose they're out on a cold pitch.
Do you know 80% of men never sprint after the age of 30?
Never sprint, unless it's after, I don't know.
They wouldn't even sprint after a while.
woman, yeah.
Pull 2 hamstrings.
Maybe the chipper's about to close.
Yeah. They might run then. It'd take a lot for me to sprint anyway. And so I suppose, how did you get into like what you're doing now?
Lucky day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just me and another guy, a partner, just started it up. And
but at what time was this? Like, was this during? Like, you were doing this before the pandemic? Like?
Yeah, luckily enough, we started in 2019, and
what was the inception of it? Like, what was the conversation? Were you looking at another page and going, I think we could do that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
And you don't have to give the page, but you were there thinking, like, what do I have to do? Like, it has to be. Is it that simple?
Yeah, well, the guy who is my business partner, he had a car sales place, and then we he was like, sure, we can just use the cars that I'm selling and, put them up or whatever. And now, Jesus.
And were you always going to be the face of it?
No. She was running for 2 or 3 years before. Was it? It was definitely running 2 years before my face was on it. Like, like at the start there was no face. It was just, there's a photograph of a car, and then go and buy a ticket or whatever. And then I remember like we got a different couple of girls in and tried to get them to do it, and then either no heed or that kind of thing. It wasn't really, just
original.
didn't really work. Yeah. And then I just
Can you remember the first video you done?
I think I used to do the live draws, so you do them live and they're on Facebook, but my face wouldn't be on it, so it'd be my voice. So I would have done a few of them before maybe and then I started sort of reversing the camera around at the start of the draw and being like, "Hi guys, we're
And
here."
this was
now.
all on Facebook at the start, wasn't it?
Facebook, yeah. And then I can't really remember like how it.
Just bit by bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a blur, to be honest, because I was still doing horses full time as well, and literally getting off the back of a horse and grabbing a phone and like that. It's a bit of a blur until it was sort of Christmas 2020, going into the year 2022. I just said, "Here, sure, I'll start up a TikTok page and I'll just call it Sammy Lucky Day Comps, and I'll go around doing because we had a guy who worked there full time. He was going around doing videos, but again, wasn't in them. He was just showing the car and talking in the background. And then I just said, "Here, sure, I'll start up my own one," and that really.
And learned on the go, on the fly.
On the go, yeah, I hadn't a clue what.
And isn't it amazing that when you start off things like this, and you had to have seen this, or you especially, that, there's a connection here with people actually buying off people. It's not the actual website.
Yeah.
It's having a connection with an actual person, and that person is the company.
Yeah.
And then you start off this, it's kind of a relationship, like you're creating content, this is funny, you're having a personal connection with people.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about Lucky Day, is that it's the crack and it's the banter, and it's like, you don't even have to buy a ticket, lads. If you're enjoying the videos, sure, that's brilliant. And it's sort of creating that community, and
you found a great niche, the normal people.
Yeah,
the farmers and the
So it was like, it was such a struggle. 2019, start of 2020. It was just like, here, what are we doing?
Did you ever lose your arse on a ticket?
Oh, here, yeah, loads of times. That's the thing, like, people don't see the losses. Yeah, loads of times you don't cover, but then you're hoping that, right, we put that up and that didn't make money. We put that up and it did make money. So that the loss.
What was the worst one?
Cover.
Because I always think when you're looking at it's so hard to know. Even with me buying products, I could think, they're going to love this. And I put so much effort into it, and you buy, large quantities. So you're paying 25, 30, 40,000. And then, fuck, no one's buying this. No one likes this.
Yeah.
And you're stuck with it. You have to...
Yeah, and that's why you have to be so careful what you put on the website. Because,
how do you know?
By losing money on something before, and you go, oh, they don't like that.
Don't like that.
They don't like that.
What did they not like? That you thought they would?
Well, I can't remember maybe specifically, but it has to be special. It has to be mint. It has to be special. It can't just be your average tractor for an average guy with an average trailer. It has to be nearly a collectible, either a collectible item or something that's going to be on your farm that's going to make the farmer next door go, "Oh, holy fuck, look at his tractor." No. Do you know, it can't just be average. It needs to be something that they can't get themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
It's bad, like, say, when I do your competitions.
Oh, do you do them?
I always do them. Not always. But I'll tell you the ones I always do.
Right.
Same with the lorry. I always do the lorry.
All right, you're in your truck.
Never won. And the vans. I always do the vans.
Vans are lovely. Like, I drive them and it's like driving a car.
And they're full of tools as well. Now, I don't know why I do them, right? But I do always do them because I think they're, like, if you win that, like, it's a cool prize, you could use it every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you see my name next time, you pull me out, like.
You just leave a wee brown envelope for me there, David.
Isn't it so hard when you're doing? I even notice when I'm doing my prizes and giveaways, like you're always anticipating people are gonna think you're cheating. They always think you're cheating.
See, at the start, like, Jesus, not anymore at all. Like, but at the start, that's all you get: scam, scam, and then it's just slowly you just build the brand. You go out to people and like you do your wee videos, your delivery videos and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, right, okay," and then you sort of get that big that there's nearly everyone who knows someone or is related to someone
the longer
who has
it goes.
one. Yeah.
I forgot. I talked shite there for a minute. What was the one you lost the most on?
The one, we started into the cars. We started to go hard at the cars maybe 2 years ago, and it was just hit after hit after hit after hit. You put up something normal, a nice X5 or something, and you'd be taking losses on them, and then you'd be relying on the tractors and the fan and stuff to make up for it. I can't remember maybe what was the worst one, but it's more when you're taking wee hits here and there and everywhere. And then
what sold out the quickest?
Wait till I tell you. It was fucking Jesus, they were the good days, boy. 2021, March 2021, and we put up a bundle that was worth £250,000. I think we put it up on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, and the draw was to be on that Sunday, and it was finished, sold out by lunchtime on the Sunday.
Wow.
So yeah, like the bundle worth, it could have been even more, probably more like £350,000 worth of stuff.
Great feeling.
It's 60. Oh fuck, man, we were just like, we were like, holy fuck.
Thank God.
And yeah, but well, you get to a point where you're like, right, we're in the green, you know, and so we already had our thank God, say 2 or 3 days into it, and then you're just watching it sell and sell and sell, and then by 1 o'clock on the Sunday, we're just sitting around going, but the draw's not till 11. Like, I think we all went down to the pub.
That's cool.
And then had to do the draw at 11 o'clock, and a guy called Richard Godwin in Scotland won it, and we went over with him. It was the first time it was ever done that we went with a camera crew with the guys, delivers 4 lorry loads of stuff over to this guy in Banff in the Scottish Highlands.
That was a great video.
Did you see it? Him and his wife and his wee son, and it was a lovely story behind. They had just moved from they were actually English. We come over with all the Scottish flags and all, and they were like, oh no, we're actually English.
Or sometimes when you do the videos where you ring the people, they're brilliant.
Yeah, you can get. But here they're getting awful. They're nearly used to it now. Where like they used to get great reactions. Where now it's maybe 1 in 10 phone calls will be good.
Really?
Yeah.
I shite myself if I win anything. If I win anything, I get excited.
Yeah, I'm hoping like with the 2 villas has been guys has won it. So I'm hoping with this one a woman wins. I think a woman would just give you a brilliant reaction, wouldn't she? Like scream the house down.
I don't think women do the competitions as much.
No, well, definitely with us, we've more of a male following, like with the farming and the cars. But we are trying to we're trying to put up sort of more stuff geared towards women. Like we've put family holidays, we have like your designer handbags, and like we've a nice A7 up at the minute. I think maybe it could have went on Friday night, but things that would be more sort of geared towards the women as well, you know. As
the business expanded, does it get more complicated? Because what I find is like, say people see you sell a heap of stuff, but that means you have to invest that in more stuff. So the more you sell, the more you have to buy, and it just gets exponentially more complicated.
Yeah, it's mad. And then your team has to grow, and then all of a sudden, where it used to be just me going around doing videos with my phone, I've now a team of 6. There's 6 of us there.
Really?
And I'm like, we've 3 full-time videographers, 3 full-time presenters, and I'm like, like this time last year it's growing so fast, like we can't keep up with it, like it's just growing so fast. This time last year I'd say we had about 20 prizes on the website. You go on there and I'd say there's about 70. Like that's not even doubling. So
who does that? Who picks all the prizes?
Actually, it depends. Not me.
It's not you?
No.
So you get up on a Monday morning, you go in and go, what are we selling?
Literally, yeah. I just what are we selling? And I'll go and do my research and go and make the videos. There's 1 or 2 girls in the office now that'll be charged the smaller things, like say the holidays and maybe cash prize. There's nearly a system, so it's all set up like right, there's no cash prize up, we'll get that up, and it's nearly we want to have it that it's a calendar made from one end of the year to the next. And then there's 2 guys who do the sort of the sourcing and for the bigger stuff, like they'd be farming guys and they'd know their machinery, so they'd be in charge of making sure there's like a vintage classic tractor on, and there's also like a digger on, and like a Jeep on, and you know, they'd be in charge of the bigger stuff. So if you were to count how many hours a week you work, 100, I don't know, because that's the pain of social media.
Do you love it?
I love it. Like, how could you not love a job where you're ringing people up and telling them that they've won life's changing prizes? Like, all day there on Wednesday, we were down in Carlow, in Newtown in Carlow, delivering like 3 John Deere's down to
The school, that was...
like, and you go into that yard with them, and like, Ger's mum grabs your hand and she's like, there's no man deserves this more than my son. He's worked his whole life and this is changing his life. And then, like, I'm really getting emotional talking about it, because, and like, the whole community showed up for him. And
that was a lovely video.
Yeah, and like, his wife has cancer and she had to leave and go off to an appointment, but she she just embraced me. And when I arrived in the yard, and I'm like, I don't deserve this. Like, yous are the guys out there, yous are the farmers, yous are...
but still you're creating a vehicle for that.
Yeah, and you nearly feel at times like, Jesus, do I deserve all this? Like, but it's the best job in the world. Like, and you get to go in and go, right, lads, what'll we do today that's absolutely fucking mental? Did you see the Baywatch skit?
I did. I did. And I don't know why my favourite part was when Big Dog goes running into the ocean and your man goes, no, and he starts swimming back in. That's very good. Who is Big Dog?
He's a friend. He's just a friend who his character is just larger than life in real life.
That's him.
That's him, and he's actually even more likable if you meet him in person. You know, he hams it up a wee bit, you know, for the camera and stuff like that. But you meet him in real life, like, I've never met someone with so much energy and positivity. He's just a lovely person actually to be around all the time. Very passionate, can sometimes be a bit over aggressive, but we've worked on that. Bit overpowering at times, but it was actually good for me because it made me grow to stand up to him and say, shut up, I've been doing this 4 years, I know what works and what doesn't. You know? But who creates your videos? Who produces them? Is it you? It would be a sort of a team effort. Like, we would sort of... But what we're trying to do is we sit down and come up with ideas, so everyone would chip in with their idea. The likes of the Baywatch one, sometimes it's off the cuff. Sometimes, a lot of the time, it's just off the cuff. Right here, Baywatch, let's go down and do this. And we'd be chipping in our ideas, and then literally the whatever videographer's on the job takes it back in and edits it. We'll all maybe have a look at it, and that's it.
It's amazing. I watch your stuff and I do think, oh, it's a competition page, but it's also a little production company.
Yes,
the two of them have to work together.
Yeah.
And I think it's the reason that you've grown is because other pages just haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, or they've tried and it hasn't worked. Or
it's too contrived.
Maybe, yeah. We're just... I was just very lucky early on. We just kind of hit something that worked, and like, our stuff at the start was shit too, you know. Like, I look back at some of this stuff and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, it was terrible.
I'll never look back. Never look back, Sammy.
Well,
never a good idea.
It is, because you can go, right, we've come a long way from there. Like, and the nice thing about it is you are learning on the job, and it is only social media, and it's there for a week and it's gone. Now, I know you can dig it up, but like, it's not that important at the end of the day. You're trying to make people laugh, you're trying to create a community, you're trying, you know, and you can only do your best. And if it doesn't work, like, we did have a video that completely flopped not so long ago, and it was just
what was that?
I don't know,
don't be shy now, you have to tell me.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. It was a bundle we were putting up that had It had a new, it was the John Deere. No, sorry, it was the blue bundle. It was the New Hollands. Of course. And we tried to.
I'm only messing, Mick. Mick loves his Ford.
You're a Ford man, are
yeah.
you? And what are you, John Deere?
John Deere.
Yeah, on the green.
Oh well, not tractors. I'm shy. I'm not a farmer. I know nothing. Machines, timber machines.
The forestry.
You should do a giveaway for a timber machine. You only sell about 8 tickets.
I know. Yeah. You'd have good odds then.
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, I stopped in Drogheda on the way here. Not on the way here, I was there earlier, and I bought something in Easy Living, and the wee young fella's lifting the wee table out for me, and I just chat on. What do you live in Drogheda? Yeah, I live in Drogheda. All right. And do you work here full time? No. Well, I'm going to agricultural college. I'm like, all right. It's not like a town. You'd be going to agriculture. Oh well, I'm actually going on to be a forester.
Forester.
Whatever wood thing. I said, all right, okay. Do you know David Cuddy? I love David Cuddy. I love David Cuddy.
That could have went either way. That could go either way.
If it went the other way, I wouldn't have told you.
Yeah, well, you could tell me. I wouldn't give a fuck.
But it's mad, like, isn't it? Yeah. A small world.
It is a small world.
But yeah, the skit that went horribly wrong. We tried to sort of show the old versus the new. So myself and Big Dog dressed up as 2 old boys, and then we dressed up as 2 young boys, and we were sort of talking, you know, to the young boys, and we were both characters, and it was a bit too dirty. Now some people loved it, but it just didn't work. It just fell flat on its face, and you know, you just have to.
But that's you have to learn. That's the learning curve that you have to.
That is, and that's why I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, the world's ending now. Oh, that didn't work. The world. That's it.
Are you a perfectionist?
A wee bit, yeah. I'd be very hard on myself, like, and why didn't that work, and why the fuck? And then that's what's actually nice that now about having a team, like, because the likes of Big Dog there, like, he just swooped in and he's like, fuck it, it didn't work, right? Come on, next hurdle, on we go, and then I'm grand, you know. So it's nice.
Do you ever have days where you just don't want to be Sammy?
No, because like Sammy lucky days is Sammy, do you know. Yeah, I have days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to put makeup on now and be in front of a screen, or you know, I don't want to. But no, I'd be lying now if I said that there was a day where I'm like, I just don't want to do this today, or don't want to do this for a while. Like I just love it. Like, it's just so exciting. And
are you ready for questions?
What's question?
I haven't even started yet.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Is this the questions that you ask about when you shit yourself?
No, we've established when you shit yourself when you were in India.
Yeah, but
so we don't have to ask that one.
Wasn't the last time?
No. Oh, really? Was it? We've had one since. I'll stick it in at the end. I'll stick it in at the end. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Probably like that you're a hard worker, or that you're focused. You're a good wee goer.
Who told you that last?
Oh, well, I don't know, but I know that that's something that would definitely mean a lot to me. My fear is people thinking I'm lazy.
Why?
It just is. If I heard someone say she's an absolute asshole, I wouldn't mind. But if someone said she's not a great worker, she's lazy, that would kill me.
Did anyone ever say that to you before?
My dad all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he was no bollocks. He was great. No, he was great. He was great. Like,
he was just, I'd say, like most fathers, I'm a father myself.
Yeah.
And I think that when you were probably travelling around the world, he'd be probably thinking, why aren't you working? You could be down in that pub working every day making money.
Right. It was more just, see if he you could have worked the whole day and you come home and you could be just sitting having your first sip of tea, and if he happens to walk into the room while you're sitting down, you know, you
pretty much sounds like every father out there.
Yeah.
We often done 60 hours a week and came home and he'd go, you're not working tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's Saturday.
Yeah.
Fucking useless.
Yeah. Being called lazy now would be my worst. If someone really wanted to hurt me or push my buttons, yeah.
Tell me something you think is true that almost everyone disagrees with you.
Oh, fuck. Something I think is true that everyone disagrees with.
You've no little conspiracy theories yourself. What's a Sammy conspiracy theory?
If I had a minute to think of it.
Mick has no conspiracy theories, so you don't have to have one, but Mick believes in no conspiracy theories. Whatever he's told he believes. It doesn't matter who tells him. Whereas I kind of question everything.
I'd probably be a wee bit like that. I know I wouldn't question things. I'd just
go with the flow.
Take it all in, yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
What's the last thing that you Googled?
Probably something to do with cars. I'm trying to learn about my souped up cars at the minute. Some flat out on.
Well, you're doing a good job, because it looks like you know what you're talking about.
Haven't a clue.
Really?
Haven't a notion. But I am learning. You see, that's me. Once I get into something, I'll go tunnel vision and balls to the wall at it. Like, so I'll spend 3 days sitting at home watching YouTube videos on that JZX, like, trying to learn it inside out to make a 90-second video.
Have you ever had to, do you know when you're given you're doing the videos and you have to say the name of the car and the specs, how many bloopers would you have?
Yeah, a good few. Like, you get better at it, so you do. But then the thing is, it's more you start rhyming it off, and it nearly sounds learned rather than someone who's a car enthusiast talking about it.
It's the way you say it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And actually, we have a guy there who's mad into his cars, and he'll say, "No, lean more on the Z rather than the one." When you're saying, like, "What the funny?" I'm telling you.
Trust me.
Yeah. Just like, right, no, like this man knows his cars.
What is the worst nightmare you ever had?
I had a fucking nightmare the other day that I put him down. Only about 2 or 3 nights ago. I'm pointing at the dog because people are obviously listening and they're like, "Who's she?"
Big dog's in the corner. Not the big dog that is on the videos. Her real dog.
My dog Finn. He's my life. Yeah, I had a dream that he had got a wee bit old, and I just went in and put him down, and then I came home, and whoever it was like, "But Samantha, he probably had like another 6 or 7 years in him, you know." And then I realised
he was just asleep, Sammy. He was just really tired. You didn't have to put him down with that hammer.
Oh Jesus! But then I'm ringing the vet, going, "How can we reverse it?" and all. And then I woke up in a panic, and that was a bad nightmare. Now.
Did you ever see a ghost?
No, don't know. I would feel presences.
What's the most scared you ever were?
Did you ever see that film Child's Play?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Chucky.
ruined my. See, even saying that word, like, that ruined my childhood. Yeah.
Mine was Twin Peaks. Do you remember Twin Peaks?
Is that the Is that the fella that caught?
Remember years ago?
No, right. I thought it was the fella that got caught down the mountain and had to cut his own arm off.
No. Twin Peaks was this creepy program on years ago. I'm older than you, so I'd remember. You were probably only a young one.
Far from it.
What's the most painful thing you've ever been told?
Oh, painful. I remember when I was younger, when I was show jumping, and we had bought a pony who was unbelievable, and he was the talk of the country. We were travelling around doing different shows, so I would have been about 14, he was 13 too. And I remember we'd started the season off, and we got to about March or April, and Mum stopping in the at the Bank of Ireland cash machine in Newry. We were heading to a show in the north, and just I'm sitting there in the passenger seat of the car, and she just got back in, and she just says, "I've no money." Sorry. And I was like, "What?" And she was just like, "You know, she's as bad with money as I am." She was like, I thought, Jesus, I thought I had more money. And she was like, "I've no money. We'll have to go home." I was just like, "What?" And then I remember just sitting there, and then she pulled, and I still remember the wee leather purse she pulled out from way down in the car, and one of them wee leather purse with a wee blue patch on it, and you know the wee click open thing, and she opened, she goes, "I've found £100, we're okay." And that for her was amazing, but my life changed at that moment.
Because then you realised the money thing.
That I never enjoyed it after that moment. No.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling when you're a child and you instantly, that's when you go up.
Yeah, like I was just going to these shows, I was doing the best I could, I was working really hard, I was just doing what I did. We had the pony that we knew was amazingly talented. We did make good money out of it in the end. You just don't think about money. You don't even, when looking back now, like you're in show jumping along with millionaires' daughters and sons and stuff, and you're in alongside them, but it was the innocence of it. I didn't even realise that like what they had compared to what I had until that moment, and then it all changed.
Forever. Yeah, that's a horrible feeling. You grow up.
Yeah.
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 We'll move on from that. If you could talk to one person that's left us, who would it be, and what would you say to
We'll
them?
just keep the tears going now.
Yeah, might as well, just while they're flowing.
Well, my dad passed away 2 years ago. So him.
My dad passed away 2 years ago as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
In October will be his 2 years anniversary. When's yours?
Was it July? June. June.
So just over the 2 years,
Yeah. What was the last thing you said to him?
I don't know, because he had dementia, so...
Oh, that's a tough one.
Kind of a disease, yeah. He had it a long time, like slowly coming on, and then we had to put him in a home in the end, and
it's tough.
it was nearly like when he died. It was just
and it goes on for so long. You think you're ready for it to end, and then when it does, it's not. You're not. You're not ready.
And then you think, because with the dementia and all, I'm just like, that man just needs to be in a grave somewhere, you know. And then when he does die, you're like, fuck. You just feel the guilt, you know, and all that. But I would love to talk to him. I would love to talk to him again now as an adult, like as an adult that's not his daughter, you know, because he was great crack and he was a fucking brilliant character, and he's very like well known around Newry. Like he grew up a market trader, and he left school at 7 or 8, worked as a milkman, worked his way up, doing as men in the border did, smuggling and making money and working markets, and ended up with I don't know how many properties he owned by the end, but he did really, really well, and was able to bring us around the world on all sorts of different holidays. And
isn't it mad even when you get older? Like, and you're in your, I'm not going to say what age you are, but I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
And I don't need my daddy.
Yeah.
But when he's not here, I can never show you what I done.
Yeah.
You know, I can never show you what I did, or I built something. I did something.
Yeah.
I made you proud.
Yeah.
Even though he mightn't have been proud, he might still think you're a fucking idiot.
Shite.
Yeah. But it's
that connection as well.
Yeah.
You just miss it, like.
And you were the only girl.
I was the apple of his eye.
Yeah.
Sure, he'd me spoiled rotten, like, and we were.
He's proud of you. Sure, you're a Christian.
What?
You're a Christian, aren't you?
No, I'm a Hindu. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
no,
so you know you'll see him again.
Well,
You will, of course. Do you believe in God?
What, like, I don't know, a God, what, like...
I'm asking you the question. This isn't a rhetorical question.
I don't know. Like,
there's no wrong or right answers here.
Well, I don't know. Do you mean the big, like, there's a big fella up in the sky?
Well, like, I'm pretty sure you don't think there's a guy with a beard sitting on a throne dispensing tokens of, you know, gifts when you say a prayer.
God, no, I don't. I think we're all connected, and there's definitely something there, but I just hate that term, God, you know, and...
Just a word.
Yeah,
You can't get wet from the word water.
But... What?
You can't get wet from the word water.
No, you can't. Yeah, but I don't know how that translates into a word.
What do people must misunderstand about you most?
That I'm an introvert.
You don't like crowds?
I wouldn't be naturally sort of... I'm outgoing and I can be bubbly, but it drains me.
See? My social battery. I'm like that.
Yeah, are you? Yeah.
So
yeah.
I love talking to people.
Yeah.
But my battery goes real quick.
Yes.
And then I just, I've always been like that. I go out and next thing, I'm gone. That's it. I've enough. I want to go home.
Yeah. Now, when I'm out at shows working for Lucky Day, it's easier than, like, say, sitting in a pub trying to talk to people, or at weddings and people, like, at least when I'm out at shows and I'm working for Lucky Day, we're chatting about this tractor and that tractor and this thing you did and that thing you did, like, that's easier. But see, sitting making conversation like in a pub or at a wedding or something like that, my battery's just
Have you ever had to tell anyone to fuck off?
Yeah
Much?
No, well, I had a young fella grab me arse the other day at a show.
That's a weird one now. Like, when you are doing the videos, is there some young lads out there think, oh, I have a right to go grab an arse now?
Yeah, well, probably doesn't happen maybe as much as you'd think, but I was at a show the other day, and a young fella, I'd say he was about 8. No, well, maybe he was 10 or something. And, can I get a photo with you, Sammy? Yeah, no bother, hop in there. Next thing he hops in, and his friends are with the camera, and then obviously had it set up, you know, beforehand. And next thing the hand drops right down on.
I don't know whether he's a dickhead or a little legend now, to be honest. No, but the jury's out on that one. 8 years of age.
Yeah, well, it was actually funny because it was a heap of parents and all standing around, and I just says, "Is your hand on my arse?" And he just got all embarrassed, started laughing. The two of them just tore off across the field. And I was just like, what age was he? 8? Like, and all the mums and dads were actually just in stitches, like, you know.
Funny. What do you think is your biggest failure?
Oh, failure.
One that annoys you the most.
There's probably a good few. Like, failing as an actress is one that stung for a long time. Having to just call it quits in the end and say, I'm giving up here. And all the wee failures along the way, you know, all them not getting the jobs.
Do you think you'd go back to do something?
No.
Now that you have a profile?
No, because you're just, see, you get used to being in charge of your day and saying what you do, and I'm going to take tomorrow off because I'm going to do this and that. You know, if I went back to do that now, you would lose all that control. But back then, as a younger girl or young woman, you know, them failures were very tough, and you know, every time you'd go here, have you an acting job? You know, the local shopkeeper, have you an acting job yet? Are you not working? Have you not got it? And you're just like, oh, I have something in the pipeline here, and you'd have nothing, like, and you're just beating the shit out of yourself for it, and then the next audition's coming up and you're putting all this pressure on yourself, and then you don't get it again, and then just having to say in the end, like, I've took too many slaps in the face here, Samantha, just call it a day and go. And I couldn't just give up and stay in Ireland. That's why I just had to go. I had to just completely change the scenery.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah. And just said to my agent, I'm gone. That's it, I'm done. Yeah.
Do you still talk to your agent?
No.
Is he a dickhead?
She didn't know what Gaelic football was. When I had it to, Siobhan, what do you do? And they're like, a bit of Gaelic football. I went, what's football? What? And I said, oh my God, I've lost all respect for you. Like,
did you watch Extras?
Oh fuck, yeah, but Ricky Gervais. Yeah.
Was it that guy?
Ricky Gervais.
I love Ricky Gervais.
I wish it was that guy, Stephen Merchant.
That is. It's such an underrated program.
Oh, I just love
Isn't it?
The pen.
Liam Neeson.
Yes.
You see the part with Liam Neeson?
Which one?
Where he
was
wanted to be a serious actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
I'm a doctor.
They're in the. Yeah.
I have AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, it was brilliant.
So good. What's your biggest fear?
Oh, drowning. Drowning's
You must have nearly drowned once, did you?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Not nearly drowned. Like, my brother fucking pushed me into water, and I couldn't. Now my ma lifted me out, but I suppose it's just. I was watching a film the other night and someone drowned in it. Oh yeah, the Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman. Have you seen that?
No.
And there's a one drowns in it. I'm just like, fuck, that wouldn't be nice now. And I'm living every second of it. Like,
yeah, mine would be falling into a pulper.
No, because you could shred it up straight away, wouldn't you?
No, toes first. It'll take a while.
Right, okay. Well, what if you fell in head first?
Hey, look, it's a slow pulper. And I fell in with my toes. That's the nightmare I have. What's your favourite quote?
This too will pass. I always say that to myself. And I remember when I was younger learning that and being like, oh, it's the biggest load of shite I've ever heard. But it's something I've actually come to use a lot. So, like, because I get overwhelmed quite easily. So if something happens and I'm just like, oh my God, the world's about to fall apart, like, or whatever it is, and I just say, this too will pass, and then it could be an hour later or 2 days later and it has passed, and I go to myself, now this too did pass. So then the next time when something comes up, like, and I get overwhelmed, I just say, this too will pass.
What was the last thing that overwhelmed you?
When the last guy who won the villa, we were just about, you see, this is the thing, people think you're making a fucking fortune, like, you're not. So we were just about cutting even, so the cash alternative's always less than what the villa's worth. So he said he was gonna take the villa, which kind of left us probably at a loss. And that was just like, oh bollocks. And luckily enough, he went away and, I don't know, talked to solicitors and people who different, I know whoever, and then he came back about 2 or 3 days later and...
Tell the truth, you got heavies to chill. He sent up some heavies.
Go down to Kildare there,
Listen, you're
lads.
going to change
The
your fucking mind, buddy.
balaclavas.
What's your biggest regret?
Probably two-timing a boyfriend back when I was in my early 20s. It's not nice. Wasn't a nice thing to do.
Is he the one that got away?
No, he's not. It wasn't meant to be. But instead of me just standing up and being just straight and saying, you know, this is over, which I kind of had tried to do a couple of times in a very roundabout way. And he didn't want to break up, and I'm right, okay. And then I just let it go on. And then I two-timed him in the end, and I caused a lot of hurt and damage there. And it's something I always look back at and say, I fucking wish I just had been straight and just you know, been stronger and been straight and just said, this is over, you know. And I just, from that time on, I was just like, I will never do that to another person, ever. I'll never cause that hurt to someone else.
Can you remember the last time you felt hopeless?
Yeah.
It's not a yeah question.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I won't say what it was, but it's a horrible feeling. I never thought I'd feel like that. It's like a real hopelessness sort of a feeling. Yeah, hopeless is not, you're just not in control of anything. I remember just not being even able to talk. But Jesus, and I actually, as I was feeling, it was the first time I'd ever felt it. It wasn't that long, but maybe about 2 years ago. And I remember just this voice in my head saying, this is what hopelessness feels like. Just no control of anything, not even able to talk.
This is what you do.
Oh, right, afterwards.
No, how did you not feel hopeless? This too shall pass, and
yeah, kind of just, yeah. Well, I don't know if I did tell myself at that time, but it did pass. It does pass. Like everything does pass. Yeah, not a nice feeling.
No, it's not a nice feeling.
No.
What's the best lesson you've learned from your parents? You weren't expecting this, were you?
No, from as an individually or together. Like, do you mean as a marriage or?
Oh, just what's the best lesson you've ever learned from your parents?
Does it have to be from the two of them
Can be
together?
anything, whatever you want.
Don't get married. We're polar opposites.
What keeps you up at night?
Fucking TikTok, man. Yeah, social media.
Do you read it?
No, I'd be editing, but you've no idea. Well, you do have idea because we just talked.
What do you mean edit?
Editing videos, editing.
You do that?
I do all my stuff that's on TikTok. So when you see the straight videos, like you can win this John Deere 7810 for whatever, you know, that's our guys, our videographer guys. But everything else, all the wee skits, like that Baywatch skit, that was me. Like there's a video went up today with me and a guy from the north talking about a car. Like 3 hours I was editing that blooming thing. Just editing, watching it, editing, watching. Yeah. No, I actually don't go on social media myself much. Sure, you sent me that message a year ago, remember? And then it was like, I think it said 49 weeks ago, David Cuddy said.
Just send it on. If people get back to me, they get back to me. If they don't, they don't.
I wouldn't do a whole pile of, you know, nosing about and stuff.
You can't really.
No.
I'd never mind if someone just met it because I don't read my messages much, so it's one of those things.
Yeah.
What question do you wish I asked you?
I wish you had asked me about my parents.
Tell me about your parents.
Well, you see, because I was having a cup of tea with my ma yesterday, and I says, "Here, I'm doing this thing tomorrow," and I was listening to a few of them podcasts that he did, and he starts asking them about their parents. So I was like, you were telling me about, because I know that it's a lovely story she has. So sure, next thing the family tree was out across the table, and you know, she showed me. But it was nice because I did learn. And I'll just quickly say it. So it was.
Don't panic. There's no time limit here. So tell me the story about your parents.
So, well, it's her from her side.
Yeah.
So, she's from West Cork, Bandon, and would be her grandfather was owned a farm on Sea Point. Now, it's all fresh in my head. She was like, "No, do you want to write it down?" Sea Point. It's Castletown Bear, right out on the sea, obviously, and it was right beside there's only 4 deep water docks in Ireland, or deep water ports in Ireland. Castletown Bear was one of them. When World War One came, so the turn of the century, like 1901, the Brits basically put him off his land because they wanted the deep water port.
Protestants up to their old tricks again.
Up to them old Brits for you again, huh? So there was a census done in 1901 and he was on the farm. There was a census done in 1911 and he was gone. The Brits had it. So in between 1901 and 1911, he was thrown off his land, and he moved to Montana, to the copper mines in Montana, him and a cousin. And he came home to visit about, I'd say 5, 6, 7 years later. We were trying to work out the dates, and he met Elizabeth and fell in love. And Elizabeth wouldn't go back out to Montana. So he rang the cousin up in Montana and he says, you may sell up he saw a house with 480 acres of land, something like that. Grawn House, it's called, up for sale in Temple Martin in West Cork, Bandon. And he said, right, well, Elizabeth won't come back over with me. I'm going to ring the cousin, tell him to sell everything I own over there. He had made himself a few pound. And I'm going to go and try and buy this house. Now, the house was up for public auction and the only stipulation is it was not to be sold to a Catholic. But because he had spent so long in America and he came back, nobody knew him, and he was really well dressed and he was just known as the Yank. So he went up to the auction and it went way over what he could afford, but he kept bidding and bidding and he bought it. And then he managed to just find another guy to come in halves with him. So they split the farm in 2. The other guy took half the farm and he kept the house and half of the farm. So that's where he grew up, that's where he started his family. And then his oldest daughter saw Eamon de Valera the day Michael Collins was killed. Then she went into I was like, Ma, you're definitely a Michael Collins supporter.
What age is your mum?
Mum she'll be turning 70 in January.
Fair play to her.
Yeah. It's something about the Cork ones where they just love Michael Collins, don't they?
They love Michael Collins.
And he was spotted cycling past our house and just making sure the job was done before he cycled back. As in making sure Michael Collins was killed, kind of thing. So anyway, then her James, his oldest son, which is my mum's father, was given that house and the land, and that's where my mum grew up.
And are they still there?
No, so then the thing is, her father was more of like a scholar or more of a administrator kind of. He wasn't really a hands-on farmer, and he had a really good job with the post secretary, general secretary, something. Oh, she's gonna kill me now. So they're
doing all right.
They ended up so my mum grew up there in West Cork. When she was 10 years old, they sold up and moved to Bray in County Wicklow. So there we are. And then, how she met my dad, she went up to Dundalk and was running a riding school, horses. And my dad used to drink at the pub, the hotel that my mum taught the horse riding in. And he was like 15 years older than her or something. He was this like border trader, charming, and they fell in love. So that's how she ended up from West Cork up on County Line.
What's your earliest memory?
My granddad sitting down actually at the chair in the house that they bought in Glenbrook. I remember him sitting down and the air it was like a big leather chair and it going psh. That was it. I can remember that. I'd say it was only about 3 years.
Aren't the earliest memories weird?
Yeah, I'm like, how do I remember?
Why is that? Why is that a thing?
Yeah, I think it was something to do with the sound of the air coming out of the chair or something. So that was it. Just him sitting down.
Did you enjoy Christmas when you were young?
Yeah, I love Christmas. Yeah.
Can you remember your favourite toy that you ever got?
Well, I remember my Black Beauty book. I loved it. I still have it.
Do you read?
Not as much now because it's fucking social media thing, but I did used to read a good bit.
What were your favourite type of books?
When I was doing the yoga, I was mad into all the yoga books. I love a good novel, good adventure sort of a novel.
Fantasy?
A bit of erotica. No, not like, do you mean fantasy as in Harry Potter and all that?
Yeah.
No.
You don't even like Harry Potter?
No.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, well, I do like Spider-Man.
Everyone likes Spider-Man. Everyone likes Spider-Man. You
like,
cannot find anyone that doesn't like Spider-Man.
Lord of the Rings. Would you like Lord of the Rings and all that?
I watch everything.
Lord of the Rings.
Everything.
The
I've read
Hobbit.
it.
Yeah. Oh,
And I go worse than that, even sci-fi stuff.
no, yeah.
Oh, the worst. Oh, you would hate my book collection.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
So you read a lot then, do you?
No, I used to. Now I mostly listen because I have a very boring job. I just sit in the machine all day.
Audiobooks. Yeah, that's the way forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
it's handy.
podcasts, I hear, are all right. Yeah.
You should. You're going to start listening to podcasts all the time now.
Yeah. No, I do. I listen to
Next,
I do
there's
listen.
going to be a Lucky Day podcast.
Oh, yeah. Imagine me and Big Dog and around.
You and Big
Jesus.
Dog. When you're doing social media and you have a business,
Yeah.
everyone looks at it and thinks, oh, this is the easy peasy. Look at these people just kinding it in, and all they're doing is having a bit of a laugh,
Yeah.
and it's easy peasy.
I was in Balmoral and some old fella says to me, sure, all you do is take a photo of a tractor and put it on the internet. What's so hard about that? Sorry, so what was the question? What
have you learned from being in this field that people should know?
This field or just running your own business?
Running your own business.
Yeah, you just have to just not work every second that you can and keep thinking, don't get stuck in one way of thinking, keep changing it up, keep like read or watch like inspiring people or read things. It's the dog's running around now.
This is my first time to have a dog in.
Keep changing things and coming up with new ideas, and don't be afraid to just like try new things and fall flat in your face if you do.
What's the worst part of the job?
Doing the well, there's a couple now. Doing the late night draws are paying the whole. So we do draws every Friday and Monday at 11:15.
Why do you do them so late?
Because you'd be surprised the amount of tickets you sell in that last hour.
Really?
Yeah, we used to do them at 9, and then we push it to 10, and then we push it to 11. Yeah, because people be in the pub maybe or whatever and talking about the.
When are you most productive?
Probably at night time. Do you mean the time of the day? Yeah, probably at. It just depends, but probably at night time. Yeah.
You're a night owl.
Yeah, I would be a night owl. Yeah.
If you could change one thing about your industry, what would it be?
Well, what industry? Like?
There's a few of you. I can name them out, but I won't.
What
But would you ever is there any? Do you all go on
at
competitions?
Work?
No, I mean all the different competition pages.
There's other competition pages.
Yeah.
Is there?
Do you hate them?
No, you don't hate them, but they're there and they're your competition, the competition of the competitions, as people say. But it's good in a way. At times, you think, right, how did they beat us to that idea? Right, we need to come up with something new. We need to, to drive you on. It's healthy competition. But one rule I have is that you'll see different competition pages taking jibes at other competition pages or at us, like for different reasons. A different tractor we had up, and they'll be saying this is the best one. It's not like the ones the other guys have or things. One rule we have is we will never ever acknowledge or take them off or make fun of them, or would never and do that on our social media, maybe behind closed doors.
Everyone does that behind closed doors.
But yeah.
What do you talk about when you feel stuck?
Feeling stuck.
Like when you're getting a video together, you can't figure out what you're going to do, or do you just go, oh fuck this, let's go off for a while and try and just take a break from it? Because it has to be fairly full on. Like the minute one competition's done, you have to think about another. And
there's 10 on the board. You're like, right, we need 10 more videos done here, lads. We need ideas for each of these videos. Like, what do we do here? I find I come up with most of my ideas when I'm like driving or out moving, or listening to music or something. It's not when. This thing we keep saying, we have to stop saying we need to all sit down and come up with an idea. No, when you sit down, I don't find it works. Nearly needs to be you're out tipping about or
you're nearly out leaning again a tractor, and you're, you know, it's conversations that just happen out of the blue because he happens to be coming that way across the yard, and he done the three of us had just ended up leaning on a tractor, and we've just had the best conversation we've had, the most productive conversation we've had in the last month, and that was just out of nowhere because we happened to be coming across the yard and the tractor happened to be there and happened to lean on it.
Yeah.
So it's very just sort of off the cuff at the minute.
What's your favourite food?
Oh, chickpea curry, bye.
Curry what?
Chickpea curry.
What's chickpea?
Oh, are you serious?
Do you know what chickpea is?
Vegetarian, is it?
It is a vegetarian. Well, it's a chickpea. A chickpea is a pea. Or a bean. No, it's a pea family.
It's not a chicken though.
No, it's a chickpea. No, it's vegetarian. I'm vegetarian, yeah.
You're a vegetarian?
I'm a weirdo, yeah.
And were you always a vegetarian?
About 6 or 7 years now.
What made you change?
I always sort of struggled with meat, and I just love
killing
animals.
it or eating it?
Well, I would. That's the thing. Like, I was on a wee holiday with a couple of friends last year, and they were fishing, and they pulled in a fish, and they're like, "Yeah, look at the fish," and they put it down and all. And I started crying. I was like, I can't watch it die. Finn.
Everyone, look, the doggy.
So I kind of just think, if I can't watch it die and I can't kill it, then I don't deserve to eat it. But I've absolutely no judgment on anyone else. I'm not one of them dicks that starts.
Does this dog love me?
Yeah. Look.
Is he liking me? He wants to shift me. I'm a married man.
Finn, get that. Finn.
I'm a married man.
You're embarrassing me.
You're not. I could give you your perfect life in 10 years. What is it?
I don't know, just tipping about. I'd definitely be...
Will you be still at this?
No, I'm getting too old. I'm too old to be on videos now. Like, we're getting over the hill and going around taking photos with young fellas.
You're not getting on. Sure, you can do that forever.
No, you can't. You can't.
But you must have a plan. Like, would you like to be just sitting on a beach in India somewhere?
It sounds nice, but once you're there, like, I would like bits of that. I'd need to for me to be happy, I'd need to still be using my creative side. You know, it's always been there. So whether it's in writing scripts or producing some sort of the skits that we do now, and, you know, even just on an amateur level or something like that, I just being able to be creative in some way.
Do you want to have 20 kids?
I want to have kids, yeah.
But not 20.
Well, I think I'm a bit too old of 20 kids now.
Sure, you can adopt them like mad. Loads of famous people. You're famous now. You can adopt as many people as you want.
One from each country.
I have a funny feeling next time you go to India, you come back with fucking 25 kids.
5 on each arm. Yeah, no, I'll have one, and then we'll see how we go.
Start with one anyway and see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I can just about handle Finn. Well, he is like a child. Like.
Have you had a dog before him?
Yeah, I've always had dogs. Yeah, we always had dogs.
What was your favourite dog?
Oh, Jangle.
Jangle? Why did you call him that?
He was called that, or else my dad called him that, but when he arrived, Dad said his name's Jangle. He was a wee mutt, like a wee small thing, a mixture of like a Jack Russell and a Terrier or something. Just me and that dog whenever we were together. I tortured that dog.
Pulling over him and...
Yeah, and I used to, because I was into show jumping, so I used to then set up show jumps for the dogs, and I had him pulled round. He was a great wee show jumper for a dog. He used to jump though. You know, do you ever see Crofts? Like,
I've seen bits of it. I know very little about it.
That sort of thing, like jumping. The dogs going around jumping agility courses, and I had him trained to do all that sort of stuff. Like,
that's cool.
I had the creator tortured. Yeah.
Do you like going out? Like, what's your idea of a night out?
I'm a sprinter.
What's that mean?
So short and sweet, like out on the rip at whatever 10 o'clock.
What's your favourite drink?
In bed by. It depends now. So if it's after a long day's work and it's a warm day, I love a cold bottle of Heineken. Yeah, no, I'm looking at them over here. They're not cold enough though.
They're not cold enough. Michael's a Heineken man.
Red wine if it's during the week and you're just chilling, having a pizza or something like that. It's hard to beat the red wine. Like.
Do you like going to movies?
Yeah, I do. I haven't been in a long time, but I used to go to cinema all the time on my own.
I love the cinema.
Like a wee weirdo.
What's your favourite movie?
Black Beauty, probably.
Fuck off!
I swear to God, that movie is so underrated. It's so
underrated.
Have you ever seen it?
I have.
What ox?
That's your favourite movie.
Well, it stands out. It's
The acting of the horse is not the best. Like, you're an actor.
no, I haven't seen it in years.
What's the best acting that you've seen in a movie?
Oh right, okay.
As a professional.
As a professional. Oh Jesus, well sure. It's hard to overlook Daniel Day-Lewis. It's hard to overlook Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. My Jesus God, that was unbelievable.
The new movie's not getting great reviews.
Is he in it?
Yeah, him and Lady Gaga. It's a musical.
Oh,
I know.
musical.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not. No, I do like a musical.
Do you?
The Greatest Showman's a great movie.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Hugh
Jackman.
I know it's Hugh Jackman. I was meant to see it live, but I think I didn't actually go to see it.
It's very good.
We had tickets and didn't go.
You'd like it.
Well, it's like Hugh Jackman pouncing
Oh
around
no,
in his wee tight
it's a really
jeans.
good movie. My
Yeah.
kids love it and I like it as well. You
Yeah.
like Mick? You never even seen it?
No.
No.
No,
Mick doesn't even watch them. Interstellar's my favourite movie. And everyone hates that.
what's that?
Sci-fi.
Oh,
But it's not. It's more. It's deeper than that. It's about the connection between a man and his daughter.
no. Oh,
Right? It's a beautiful film.
okay. The Matrix.
And there's
yeah.
a lot of space stuff in it as well.
Okay. The Matrix. Would you be into all that?
I like all that.
Here, did you ever see A History of Violence?
Yes.
Isn't that just a great wee
That
movie?
is a great movie.
And it has the best sex scene in any movie.
Now, your one must have broke her back.
on the stairs.
He's riding her on the stairs.
Fuck, it's brilliant.
And I mean, that's a really good movie.
It's a brilliant wee movie.
Like the acting in that
Yeah,
is fucking
super.
savage. He's just this real timid,
Yeah,
nice guy,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then these
Yeah.
guys come into the bar and he fucking murders them. He ends up in this fucking split personality guy, and he was a mob
Yeah.
boss. And
it's
but
brilliant.
he
And
rides the
it's-
wife on the stairs,
Oh,
and I was not.
It's hot. It's hot. Like
I
It's
was
a
watching
good-
that with Vicky. Just
And
the
you
other,
get
just
up
the
the
other
stairs,
night,
you're
just the other night, and she was there. Sure, her back would be in bits after that. Her back would be
and
in
you're going, well,
bits.
she doesn't seem to mind it.
No.
Have you ever seen Derailed with Clive Owen and Jennifer Aniston? Another brilliant movie.
I've never seen that.
Completely underrated, but it's very old one now. Like
No, I've never seen that. I might watch that now.
I remember going to see it in the cinema because I couldn't get into something else that was sold out or whatever. And I was like, oh, fuck, whatever, I'll go and see that. And I was just like blown away. Just brilliant wee movie. Jennifer Aniston plays a part that she wouldn't usually sort of play in it.
Yeah.
It's a great wee movie too.
I love watching movies.
Yeah.
I've started watching them with my favourite movies with my oldest daughter now.
Oh, okay.
And it's a great feeling.
What age is she?
She's 12.
Oh, okay, cool.
We haven't watched The History of Violence. We haven't got to that stage
I
now.
don't think you'd ever want to watch that with your dad
no,
beside you.
no. Sammy, it was great talking to you.
That was good a crack.
Thanks a million.
Yeah, thank you very
appreciate it, and best of luck in the future, and I hope you sell a heap of stuff, and any good competitions coming.
Well, we've a Spanish fella that just went live.
Hmm.
When will this go out?
Hopefully Monday.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or
Spanish
Tuesday,
fella's just
yeah.
gone live. It'll still be on the early bird by then. Yeah, and there's always just heaps of stuff.
Who's the dickhead that won the red van?
I don't know. I wasn't doing the draw that night. Why did he
bollocks.
not? Did he take?
Well,
the
I
van
can tell you, it wasn't me anyway.
That's a
That's
lovely
all-
van.
That's
Yeah.
a lovely van.
It is a nice van. Yeah,
really like them.
So yeah, check out luckydaycompetitions.com.
And Sammy's page, and thanks a million.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That was good crack.